Star Trek Picard's third and final season may have brought back the U.S.S Enterprise-D for one last adventure. However, the series seems to have forgotten about its original hero ship. This initially being the U.S.S La Sirena, or rather the SS La Sirena, which appears in the first season, owned and operated by Captain Cristobal Rios, portrayed by actor Santiago Cabrera. Now of course, the second season introduced the U.S.S Stargazer, under the command of Starfleet Captain Rios, meaning the La Sirena was past the 7 of 9. The third season introduced us to the U.S.S Titan A, later Enterprise-G, as the hero ship of the season. Therefore the La Sirena was pushed onto Raffi Musica and her Starfleet intelligence gathering mission. However, the ship is completely forgotten by the end of the third and final season. While it plays somewhat of a key role in the third season, it's just used to get Raffi and later Worf from point A to point B. So where's the ship? Did it get destroyed, or left behind for the sake of using the Titan? We end the third season with a pitch to the idea of Star Trek Legacy. This also introduced us to the U.S.S Enterprise-G, the next starship to bear the name Enterprise, though it is just the U.S.S Titan, the ship we've used for all 10 episodes, renamed the Enterprise. However, the detail here is that both 7 of 9 and Raffi are now stationed on board the new ship. 7 is the captain, and Raffi is her first officer. Therefore, who is commanding the La Sirena, and where is it? Well, we've got some info, and rather conflicting info about this. Welcome to Trek Central, I'm your host Captain Jack. Before we warp into this video, if you want to keep up to date on all the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Star Trek universe. Okay, engage. Let's recap this. Rios took command of the ship prior to the start of Star Trek Picard. This was likely sometime in the 2390s. He had time to activate the emergency holograms, which would be the vessel's initial crew. However, Rios did delete a number of memories they inherited from him during his command. Rios did maintain the La Sirena to a Starfleet operating standard, something Picard pointed out when he later boarded the ship years later. Retired Admiral Jean-Luc Picard hired Captain Rios and the La Sirena for his mission. This ultimately resulted in Rios and the ragtag crew of the ship basically being dragged into a world-ending plot of Picard's first season. The ship transported Picard and his crew to worlds like Freecloud and Vashti, where she even took on an old Romulan bird of prey, and even to the artifact, which was somewhat of a derelict Borg cube. However, the ship would crash land on Coppelius, or Coppelius Station. Once the synth situation was dealt with, Rios would return to Starfleet and assume command of the U.S.S Stargazer. This newly minted captain even had a model of a La Sirena in the Stargazer's observation lounge. Commander of the La Sirena would pass the 7 of 9, who would use the ship to help others while she's working the Fenris Rangers once again. 7 actually merged the ship's hologram officers into one person, which had some interesting side effects. Later, 7 of 9 officially joined Starfleet and found herself stationed on board the Titan A as the ship's first officer under Captain Liam Shaw. Therefore, the La Sirena passed to Commander Raffi Musica, who used the ship for intelligence operations on Matalas Prime. Later, Captain Worf of Starfleet Intelligence would also join Raffi and use this ship. However, once the duo met up with Admiral Picard on board the Titan, the La Sirena seems to have vanished off the face of the Earth, or rather the face of the galaxy. So, where is the ship? As we do not see the La Sirena when Worf and Raffi beam on board the ship, did they forget about it? I'm referring to both Worf and Raffi and the writers. The Titan actually warps away from where they picked the duo up. Now, according to production designer Dave Blass, the La Sirena is actually in the shuttle bay of the Titan. That makes sense? No, not really. There are quite a few things wrong with this idea that Raffi and Worf dock the La Sirena into the hangar bay of the Titan. Let's explain why. That makes no sense. First, why would they beam on board? If docked in the shuttle bay, they would simply meet Picard and crew there or come straight up to the bridge. We see a docking scene in the very first episode of the third season. Admiral Picard and Captain Riker board the Titan via shuttle and land in the main bay. There, Commander 7 welcomes them on board and takes them to the bridge. They don't beam on board the ship, that would be rather weird. Secondly, the La Sirena does not actually fit into the U.S.S Titan. The shuttle bay does not seem to fit the ship when you compare both sizes. Take a look at this size chart on screen. We can see the U.S.S Titan, the hangar section on the rear where it usually is on ships like this, and now you can see the La Sirena. Now, even if we took off the side engines, or what I shall call wings, the ship still won't actually fit. Let me draw a line from the hangar doors straight over the La Sirena. Even the main hull and wings are too chunky and large for this ship to fit into the hangar. Therefore, the idea of a ship is stored in the hangar bay makes no sense. Now, Dave has said the Titan has more than one hangar bay. We'll come to this in a minute. This also does not really seem possible though. Yes, the ship likely had a few more smaller shuttles, but there was no space to fit this ship. Again, give us a second and we'll get to this. Either the size of the ships are incorrect, or it might just be an idea to solve the problem. Yes, sizing in the Star Trek universe has to be taken with a grain of salt. For example, the Enterprise-D was two different sizes at one point in the Star Trek universe due to the filming models used for it. However, there might be another option. Going back to the hangar solution, the Titan does have additional hangars as mentioned. Dave Blass previously shared a diagram pointing at the Titan A's features. On this diagram, on screen, Hangar Bay 1 and 2 elevators are labelled on the top of the ship. They're just behind the bridge section on top. Now, it's possible these elevators work the same way the runabout lifts worked on Deep Space Nine. However, I still don't see La Sirena fitting into this area. It would still be rather tight for this chunky little ship. It is possible there is where it was parked, but you can see the neck structure running down the centre, rather I should say the ship's spine. I'm still not sure about this possible solution personally. Let me know if you think the La Sirena could fit into one of these hangar bays. In conclusion, it's safe to say that Star Trek Picard's third season forgot about the La Sirena. The ship's internal sets were actually used to build Captain Vadic Shrike warship. Likely this was done after the film for Worf and Raffi was complete on board the ship. That, or as we are aware of it, these scenes were filmed while the second season was filming. In case you didn't know, Picard season 2 and 3 were filmed back to back, therefore this was able to happen for the sake of ease. While Dave's point of the La Sirena being stored in the hangar bay of the Titan could make sense, it does come across as an afterthought in the show. Therefore it would not surprise me if the writing team simply forgot about the La Sirena or pushed it aside once all the characters were reunited on board the Titan. Of course, the Titan is somewhat pushed over to make room for the Enterprise-D. It's weird though, as the La Sirena would have actually made more sense to use. The Borg take over of Starfleet starships in the end of Picard. However, the La Sirena, as we know, is a civilian starship and, therefore, would have likely not been affected by the Borg plan. It would have likely been destroyed, but they could have used the ship to go to Anthem Prime to retrieve the Enterprise. Think about it. The ship's last voyage would be to the Fleet Museum to get Picard back to his original ship. This would have been fantastic and a rather fitting ending for La Sirena's time on Star Trek Picard. Sadly, it does seem like the ship was forgotten about for now. Much like other elements of Picard's first two seasons. While they're not the best, I do think the third and final season could have done a better job in recognising them and utilising bits of them in various forms. So what do you think about the La Sirena? Is it left drifting in the void, parked in the hangar bay of the Titan Prize? Yes, that's what I'm calling the ship now. Or is it just vanished out of existence? Let us know your thoughts in the video comment section below. As always, if you want to keep up to date on all the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media or join our community Discord server. But for now, I've been Captain Jack, thank you very much for watching, we hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be back later this week with more Star Trek Picard news, and of course, as we head up to Strange New Worlds Season 2. Live long and prosper my friends, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.